Hi everyone, I'm just going to take you through how to set up your custom meter rates. Now, so obviously you're on the home page here. I'm just using our demo browser. So we're going to make some custom meter rates. So what we're going to do, we're going to create new ones. Now the custom meter rates, this is probably one of the most important things that actually within the system, if you're trying to work out how much you need to charge out, how long things take. I ask everyone when I'm talking to them, when I'm doing some coaching with them, of exactly how long does it take for one of your painters to paint a door. Now I have painters say to me, oh, it'll be, 10 to 15 minutes. Some might take up to 20. So at that point I say, okay, well, if that's the case, if they're taking 10 minutes, they're finishing $6 an hour. If they're taking 15 minutes, they're doing $4 an hour. If they're taking 20 minutes, they're doing $3 an hour. So which is it? How do you quote it? How do you work it out? What you need to do is get all of your staff to start timing how long it takes them to do things, because that's imperative for any type of quoting that you're going to do. Whether it's a door, whether it's how many lineal meters of skirting they're going to paint in an hour, whether it's how many, square meters of ceiling they're going to cut and roll, or walls they're going to cut and roll. Every substrate is different. And everyone does them at different speeds. So this is where honing this sort of thing down is so important within your business. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a look at your custom meter rates here. So we're going to create a new one. Okay, there's 3 presets in here. So let's go to, we'll nickname it residential. Okay, so this is our residential rates. So when it comes to the residential rates, we're talking predominantly repaint, not a lot of spray, people living in the houses, that sort of thing. Okay, so we've put in some defaults. Now you can go through each of these and you can actually edit all of these to what your rates are, and it's going to be different for every person. This is where it makes it really, really difficult if you don't understand these simple things. And it sounds simple. I know it's not easy to put into play, but you need to do it. As you go through different substrates within your business, you need to work out your rates, gapping, how many square meters an hour can the average painter gap or, staff member gap? We've got a default of 4. So basically what we're talking about is a almost 2 meters wide by the height of the ceiling, on a 2.4 ceiling. So, is it going to take you that long? Is it going to take you longer? So we've gone, obviously, off industry rates. The average painter will prime 40 square meters of skirtings, and then they'll look at glossing 37. Is that within what you believe to be yours? So when we're looking at your flush panel door, we've got 0.2, which is about 12 minutes to do 1 coat on a door. Both sides, edges, 1 coat, 12 minutes. You might do it in 6, you might do it in 15. This is where you guys have got to work out your values. The same, every 15 minutes, a 2 panel, every 20 minutes, a 4 panel. So this is where it comes down, 12 minutes for a door frame. So this is where you've got to sit down and work out all of these costing. That's, everything is listed in there that we have within the system. If you're wanting to add anything and you have any recommendations to add anything on top of that, please do so. So, if you think that it's going to take you 15, square meters per hour to prime, and you might do 12, square meters, I think it'll take you more, but you might do 20 square meters per coat. This is where you put those rates in. Okay. Once you put all those rates in, we'll just scroll down to the bottom, and this is everything, and you just submit it. If you don't think you need to make any changes, you don't need to. But I'd highly recommend that you actually look at this, work it out, see whether or not you want to make any changes. You can go and edit this at any time. It's just a matter of clicking on the edit where the 3 dots are. You can go through and edit. Your custom rates will be set in there and they'll be saved in there, as you can see. And this is everything that we have already within the system. Okay, so look, if you have any questions, you have any dramas, you have any problems, reach out to us. We can add these, we can add in different substrates for you and the times that it takes them. We can certainly help you with that. If you have any other questions, guys, reach out. This is just a quick way of updating your custom meter rates as they are. Thanks for that. Have a great time. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.